McCarthy's Pub is ready for some football, and they hope you are too. Gather up all your friends and head to McCarthy's to watch Monday night or Thursday night football. And if you're looking to fill your belly for a great price and surround yourself with good folks, stop in on Tuesday nights and get the McCarthy's Slider Special. 3 sliders and fries for only $3.50. Plus, McCarthy's Pub has food and drink specials daily. Good food, good drinks, and great people. McCarthy's Pub. Meet your friends there. 221 East 3rd in Pittsburgh.
Hi, everybody. Tom Van Hoy with this week's Pitt State Volleyball Insider Show with head coach Ibrahim Subaru, brought to you by McCarthy's Pub and Grub. Pitt State lost 3-0 at home on Tuesday night MIAA play. Central Oklahoma now 15-15 on the year, 5-10, and a tie for 9 in the MIAA with Northwest Missouri. A tie for 8 right now with Lindenwood and Southwest Baptist at 6-8. Pitt State has one match left to play on Saturday night, home senior night, taking on Missouri Southern. Top 8 of the MIAA make the playoffs at the end of the year, so a lot of things could happen and would have to fall a certain way for Pitt State to have opportunity in the playoffs this year. Prior to the Central Oklahoma game last weekend, Pitt State went 0-2, a 3-0 loss at number 11 Washburn on Friday, and then 3-1 at Emporia State on Saturday night. Here's Pitt State volleyball coach Ibrahim Subaru on the play of his team against Central Oklahoma on Tuesday night.
Well, the challenge was trying to put together consistency in a match that the opponent was actually much more efficient. It's almost as if everything they touched turned to gold. On our side, everything we touched just was not going right. And it's not one player. It's a lot of different players at different times, and of course all the X's and O's can't really get in there because it's all mental. So as I told Morning Sun, it's all on coaching. So I thought I prepared our team really well in the areas that were supposed to be the key to the game, such as passing, offensive productions, and defense, but we didn't execute well. So bad coaching.
Is it difficult to switch momentum? Looked like you got down 25-12, 25-11. I mean, in volleyball, from that particular standpoint, anything you could do to just try to curb the cause, so to speak, there?
Well, substitutions. In the game, you have 2 options as coaches, usually. When you're live, you can make some adjustments in game. Rally, it's really difficult because it's all player-driven on court. But you can make substitutions. You have timeout. And those are pretty much the options that you have. The greatest challenge for us was not actually on the tactical side. It was pretty much individual skill execution and decision making, because volleyball being a touch sport, every time you touch the ball, if you touch it right, good things happen. If you touch it wrong, nothing good happens. We touched the ball really bad on a whole lot of levels, and that was part of the challenge right there. So in the third set, as much instructions we could give on improving the touches, if it is not improving, even all the subs going in, we're not doing as well as we wanted them to do. It's just a mental game.
Central Oklahoma's team you've played before, did they do anything differently?
No, not at all. There was not a single thing that was different from the scouting report, player per player, team execution. So there was not really anything that was different from the first time to the second time. The challenge was pretty much more on our side than Central Oklahoma. It was on our side.
Well, after it played out last night and Lindenwood beat Missouri Southern 3-2, and as you look at the possibilities for playoffs involving Pitt State, and I guess you have to have a number of things happen. You have Missouri Southern coming in on Saturday night, and obviously you want to play well and win that match, and I guess then just see how it plays out the rest of the way with the other teams in the league to have that chance.
The margins are much more very, very thin than it was before. Winning yesterday will have given us some comfort and a cushion. But the Missouri Southern game is huge in all levels, because we win that, then yes, those scenarios with other teams that are still involved, such as Lindenwood is still involved, Northwest is still involved, SBU is still involved. A lot of those teams, all of us going down the wire, are playing for two spots practically. So a lot of things have to go well. But first thing first, we must take care of our side and do a better job. And that's the focus right now between Coach Miller and I. What do we have to make sure that we do to get things narrowed, focused, and really get after it to get ready for Missouri Southern, who, by the way, I'm sure they're not coming to Pittsburgh State to want to lose. So we have to be more prepared and take this seriously.
Yeah, they're a team that hasn't had a lot of success this year. I know you played them earlier this year in a non-conference match over there. And, one of those situations where you know that even though they don't have a very good record, they're going to come and play. And I would say that you want your team to be prepared to play, and I guess you're probably interested to see how they do after the match with Central Oklahoma.
Absolutely. Missouri Southern, Pittsburgh State, that's neighborhood challenge right there. They will be coming in trying to make sure that they don't lose, and we have a lot going in knowing that we need to win. And it's our senior night, so collectively I'm sure that there will be more energy in our community. We're playing at home, but most importantly for our seniors, really would like for them to get a better taste in their mouth than what we did yesterday. So the focus is really taking care of the little things that we have control over much better. And I do believe that the energy is there. It's Missouri Southern. Our young ladies will be prepared. I just have to do a better job of getting them much more fundamentally sound as quick as we can to get ready for the match.
Who are the seniors, Coach, that'll be honored on Saturday night?
Kirsten Erickson from Blue Springs, Missouri, a great teammate. Abby Smith from Uniontown area, wonderful young lady, great loyal, academically just a superior student athlete. You have Jordan Ream from Wichita area, 2-year player for us, assumed the libero position this year. And then you have Bubba McCaw, Krista, from Omaha, Nebraska, just a stout defensive specialist. Unfortunately, the season was kind of cut short with injury, but just a great leader. And, of course, an aspiring coach, and we're excited for her moving on in the future as a coach.
As far as the MIAA schedule is concerned, you played Central Oklahoma twice in MIAA play. Now you're playing Missouri Southern, just the one time that counts. How is the scheduling set up in the MIAA for volleyball?
It's tough. Not having a balanced, unlike most sports that have every school sponsoring volleyball, Northeastern does not sponsor volleyball. That kind of cuts into the schedule. With Truman leaving, that cuts into the schedule. They divided the conference on an unbalanced schedule, just like I think football was doing, if you remember. Football doesn't have everybody playing everybody. So volleyball fell in the same area, and a natural partner like Missouri Southern ends up being tossed in a different pod for scheduling purposes, and that's how that worked out.
Were you surprised how your team played against Central Oklahoma?
Oh, absolutely. If anybody had told me that the kind of run that we've had in the last 3 weeks, that this is how we're going to be finishing, I'll tell them they don't know my team quite well enough. But really, though, it's on me. The preparations that we put together to get them ready, I can vet it against every other preparation that we've had in the past and say we did not really diverge from a lot of things, but still. The performance was not something that we expected, and we're as surprised as anybody else. So right now we got a psychological, mental challenge, and that's what we must overcome. The X's and O's will take care of itself. It's just making sure that mentally we're much more prepared, we're focused, and what's in the young lady's head is what we want to be there. So we will definitely get it together.
I mean, there's only so much you can do as a coaching staff. How much or how does it come into play as far as leadership on your team now?
It's huge. Leadership on the court, leadership behind in the locker room, a whole lot of those things, like any other sport, any other team sport. It's not an individual. It's a lot of different pieces of things that the ones that we do when we see them, the ones that the leaders behind the scenes do when we don't see them, and in the locker room. And by and large, I do believe we have strong leadership. Some things hasn't gone the way we wanted to go throughout the year. However, those 4 seniors are wonderful people, outstanding leaders, and we do believe that will play a factor in the recovery that we have to get ready for Saturday. Those 4 young ladies will do a great job for us behind the scenes.
Does it feel like it went quickly? This is your final regular season match of the year coming up on Saturday night.
We tell our team members, whatever goes up must come down. And this season started not the way we wanted, but we must finish it better. And I do believe the last 2.5 weeks we've seen some extraordinary play from the team. They're very resilient. Right now it's coming to an end. We wouldn't want it to end without us winning, and we sure hope that that's what happens on Saturday. And then what happens in the MIAA, that will be determined after we're done on Saturday.
That's Pitt State volleyball coach Ibrahim Subaru on this edition of the Pitt State Volleyball Insider Show, brought to you by McCarthy's Pub and Grub. Again, home for Pitt State, wrapping up regular season play on Saturday night as Missouri Southern comes in, set to go at 6:30. It's after the Pitt State Southern football game at Pittsburgh in the afternoon, and it will also be senior night for the Pitt State volleyball team as well. I'm Tom Van Hoy.